Hello, my name is Melanie Maceras. I'm the Communications Director at the Early Learning Division. Welcome to the webinar for the Emergency Childcare Grant Program. This is Phase 1, and it'll be a brief overview of the application. The Early Learning Division is inviting applications from eligible childcare providers to receive grant funding during the COVID-19 crisis. The ELD plans to award a total of up to $8 million worth of grant funds through this request for application. It's a limited one-time grant to assist childcare providers who are currently open and serving families during the COVID-19 crisis. The Emergency Childcare Program uses resources allocated to Oregon through the Federal CARES Act, which is intended to support the COVID-19 response, and other childcare and development block grant funds. It's a non-competitive grant. Applicants must apply online or contact the ELD if you need alternative accommodations. It's also the first phase of what is meant to be a multi-phase program. You are eligible to apply if you meet the following criteria. You have to be currently operating an open emergency childcare facility. You operated a licensed or recorded childcare program on February 29, 2020, and you submitted your application to be an emergency childcare provider by April 8th. That means you submitted it, but you don't necessarily have to have been approved by that date. You're also eligible to apply if you're a regulated subsidy or a relative care provider receiving employment-related daycare. You're currently open and caring for the child of an essential worker, and you're committed to staying open through July of 2020. So what is an essential worker? There's a definition that was brought forth by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, and you'll find a list posted on the Early Learning Division website that includes many different professions, including farm workers, warehousing, transportation, among healthcare. The list can be found on our website. Here's an overview of the grant description. Now let's get into some of the funding examples. The grants are estimated to range between $900,000 and $18,000. The amounts may be adjusted up or down depending on demand. Providers who offered weekend or evening care during the crisis in April may be awarded additional funds up to $1,800. In order to receive funds, applicants will be required to sign a grant agreement that covers state and federal terms and conditions. You'll need to maintain financial and attendance records for 6 years. These may be reviewed by the ELD at any time. Grantees are also required to submit reports to ELD in June and July to confirm that they're serving children and open. And grant funds may only be spent on the costs that are allowable. Here are some examples of some of the costs that will be covered, such as paying a lease or mortgage, utilities, your insurance, food and supplies, staff compensation and benefits, and other operating costs. Applications are due by May 11th at 5 p.m. The Early Learning Division will review the submitted applications to ensure that they're complete and were submitted by an eligible applicant. Following this review, we'll begin to notify applicants of grant awards starting on May 20th. We'll also send grant agreements for a signature. Payments are estimated to be issued within 10 days of a signed agreement returned to us. Applicants will be notified by email if their application is approved or denied. They'll also be sent a grant agreement for signature. Again, this must be returned along with a W-9 form in order to be paid. Here's the grant's payment schedule. 50% of the award will be mailed within 10 days of the agreement after it's signed by all parties. 25% will be mailed at the end of June if the grantee is open and caring for children, and the final 25% will be mailed at the end of July if the grantee is again open and caring for children. Here are some important dates around the request for application. Again, It opens on May 1st and closes on May 11th. The Early Learning Division will review applications up until May 20th, when we plan on notifying applicants of grant awards and sending out agreements. The first payments will be issued to grantees approximately within 10 business days of receiving the signed agreement. So how do you apply? You must apply online, and the link can be found on the ELD website. It will be available in both English and in Spanish. If you need accommodations, please make note of the email or call us. We will be updating our frequently asked questions as they come in each day on our website. Again, if you need technical assistance, you can also reach out to your CCR&R. Good luck. And thank you for watching our webinar.